Namaste and welcome, mighty, beloved, mighty companions, bringers of the light of God. Yeah, each passing day, like this, these light circles, I just get more and more like inspired and grateful to Jesus for bringing these into my awareness, and then bringing these mighty companions who've come to join to look at what's true. And it's been so helpful. Like today, this topic seemed to be this diligence, because and you know, I opened up Course in Miracles. You know how we do that? You open Course in Miracles. There's that, it brings you right to the statement you need to see, and how really important diligence is, because Jesus says we've been so diligent for something else. You know, we've been so diligent to pretend like the ego's an uncrackable code, like the Enigma code, the Nazi, and with it, we have a desire for that experience of the Enigma code, yet we can see in the light of divine being, infinite being, the light that's here. Is the ego a code that's uncrackable? There's a code to it. There's definitely a code, but does it have more power than the divine light does? The infinite light of being is here. Does the ego in our direct experience as light being, does it have more power than infinite light in our direct experience as light beings? It's so helpful to start with light, because that's what we are. And then we can look at all the reasons why we're telling ourselves, well, I'm not that. I can see that it's there. But so now we just talked to Jesus, and someone commented on this morning's lesson, beautiful comment about how we're hacking through the tall grass of denials. And this is hacking through the tall grass. That's what Jesus came. When he said he came with a sword, he wasn't coming to fight. He was coming to hack through the hall, help us hack through the tall grass. It's misinterpreted what he said. I came to cut through the delusion. That's what he's talking about. He's not wielding a sword to get in a fight. He's just going to show you that. That light's going to burn through that delusion faster than anything else. That we are infinite light beings. And so we focus on light first and say, wait a minute. I've been telling myself there's no light. The light's right here. We were laughing too about that, you know, how it is funny. Because if we really look at it, that whole thing about trying to outrun the light, which is the ego's plan, we're going to try to outrun the light. Yet if we ran down the street, would the light still be with us? You know, if we jump on a bus and go to Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is in the US, I think everybody's here from the US, which is in Everybody's going, I'm not going to Kalamazoo. Wherever we would go, you know, is the light going to be there? Do we know with certainty that the light's there everywhere we go? So then there's the pretend that it's not. I can't find it. I can't be awake. What's wrong? You know, why am I so mad? I'm mad because I desire an experience of being mad. That's why am I upset right now? Because I desire an experience of being upset. Let's ask the divine light. If anger is appearing, is there a desire for that experience in the light of divine being, in our direct experience? Does the light say no? Light says yes. It's because consciousness likes to play that game of anger, because the anger is hiding the helpless thing that we talked about earlier this week, that desire for an experience of helplessness. We can ask, in the light of divine being, is anger trying to mask over the desire for the experience of helplessness? So I'm grateful for Jesus reminding me about the powerlessness and the helplessness, because I've been like sitting in that, letting him hack back that tall grass. We cannot hack back the tall grass that we grew because we can't see past it. So we need that light to ask the light, will you help us? We can ask the light, will you help me hack back this tall grass of the ego? Light's not saying no. It says yes. We have to ask because we're so used to saying no. So it's that repeated asking over and over and over and over and over again. That's experience here. And then the light steps in more and more. It's the most amazing thing. Who was I talking to? I think Marguerite. She's saying, yeah, it's been so amazing because she said, ever since you talked about, letting Jesus take the minutia and I just focus on seeing where the denials are. She says, everything's been just happening fine. I'm not doing anything, but everything's happening. How is that? It's like, boy, I could say, I wish I'd figured out. I guess I've seen that before. It's been on offer that Jesus would take care of the details and the minutia. I guess I didn't pay close enough attention. But boy, once I started asking, it was like full Monty, everything being handled. And yet I was so sure, right, that it was going to be a horrible trip because there is a desire to experience a horrible trip. There was. I could see every desire he points to. Desire to make it hard to wake up, desire to be angry, desire to all kinds of things, to deny divinity. But as I said to whoever posted, about the tall grass and the desire, what was the desire we were talking about this morning? Danger, desire, danger. That's the ego's call sign, danger. And the desire for that experience is that it's not going to outlast the divine light. No matter how much we want danger, does it change the light? We want that experience. Is the light still here? Light's still here. Light's not telling us danger's real. Is the light going, danger's real? In the light of divine being and honesty of God, is danger real? So that's a really good one. Jesus is given these little juicy bits to sit with him on. Jesus, is there a desire below my level of awareness to experience danger? And when he says yes, yeah, because I can't remember his name. It's really beautiful. When he wrote that comment, he says, when I meditate, it remains elusive. See, that's part of the play. We want it to be elusive. I mean, I'm not using, it's not personal. It's just, that's just like an example for all of us. Like I said, so many times when I'd start to look at things, then, as I wrote back to him, I said, you want to go get a drink of tea, a sandwich. You want to drive to Kalamazoo, Michigan, rather look deeply, or not now, because we're divine beings and we can sit with it and see that anything appearing in consciousness, can it outrun the light? Anything that appears, is it more powerful than the light of infinite being in our direct experience? But it'll play like that for a while because we powered it. We put divine power, miscreation, and so the experience, it takes a while, even though we see that we're light. I love it. Muji says it's like a fan that you unplug. It's going to keep going for a while, but we're not giving the energy to it anymore. We're not investing in the play of trying to attack ourselves, hang ourselves on the cross anymore. And from the experience here, and I've said this I need to learn this lesson. The one who knows, the light within knows the desire for the daily lesson today, danger. Desire to feel danger. We can ask Jesus, is there any more desire to have an experience of danger, and see what he tells you. If he says yes, then just say, okay, I'm willing to see, then let's ask the light. Okay, he says yes, ask the light, will you show me the desire, that energetic investment in that experience of danger, and see what the light says. It always says, pretty much says yes to me, if it's there. Okay, show it to me. So I just pause. Okay, show me that energy. Like I say, sometimes it feels like smoke comes out of your ears. You can, not always. Sometimes it's just like a little, but remember, we're looking at it as the light of divine being. We're not here to experience danger. We're here just to see and let the energy of the denial arise so we can see it fully. Like, oh, I really, show me how I want this. We're really looking directly at the wanting of danger, oh, I want it, that kind of, and it'll rise into awareness and just sit with it as the light of divine being. And just place it in the light and say, see how long danger can last in the light. How long does danger last in the light? When we put the feeling of danger, because we know what danger feels like. We do it all day long. So we can just take a feeling of danger, a thought of danger, a memory where we felt in danger, and just take that and put that in infinite light that we all share right here. See what happens to it. It's like my niece, when she put her little problem challenge in the light, she said it melts trouble. So let's think of another thought and ask Jesus to reveal, okay, show me another time when I felt danger, any kind of memory of danger. And then just place that next memory in the light and see how long it lasts. In divine infinite light that we all share. So we can see that we do have, if they're not cleared yet out of consciousness, below level, till Jesus will bring them into awareness. Boom, here they are. Now they're in front of us. Then we can just look. Go, okay, I see that there. Interesting. We don't have to get associated. We don't have to play with the memory. We just say, oh, that's interesting. Let's see how this does in the, put it in the light toaster and see how it toasted out. Because we can, because we're divine beings. So we're just looking at it from the perspective of the light. The light is looking with the Holy Spirit. That's all that is. So now we just ask Jesus again, okay, Jesus, is there any more desire for an experience of danger? I ask him again. Sometimes with some things, I've had to ask him 20 times because it's more coming. He goes, and like I wrote back to the guy who talked to me about slashing through the grass. It's like, no, I'm going all the way with Jesus down to the root. Because who wants to be in their life all the time, experiencing danger all the time? Anybody going to raise their hand and say yes? No. Yet if we desire, it's going to appear. Like we'll literally, our minds are so powerful, we're going to manufacture some figures to follow us around when we're going shopping. That's how powerful our mind is, so we can have an experience of danger. I don't know about you, and I'm done with that kind of. Yeah, like, no, I'm not feeling that miscreation anymore. I'd rather look with Jesus really fast and go. Okay, trust him at his word. All right, I trust you. I'm miscreating this now. Let's look. Now we can go, okay, Jesus, ask him again. Is there any more desire? Anything else I need to see? See if he'll bring you another picture of where I wanted to play in the danger field. Can you show me the desire directly? so it can be revealed in the light. And then just gently place it in the light we all share, the infinite love that we share. So we just admit it. All right, yep, there it is. The desire to experience risk, however it appears in consciousness. So we don't have to get fully associated with the experience that we had. He brings it into our awareness, and then it's like, oh yeah, all right, good. That's something to put in the light. And keep going. Then I just ask them, okay, where's the desire? Because when we go to the desires, because you can spend time on belief, and sometimes it's helpful. What beliefs do I have about this? But desires clear the closet, because beliefs come out of desires. Desires are, the desire for the experience is going to proliferate beliefs. But you can also go with beliefs too. You can just take the belief, the sentence, any sentence around danger. I'm going to be hurt. We'll take that sentence. I can be hurt. That belief. There's a belief right there, right? If associated with danger, you can take that one belief, I can be hurt. Let's put that sentence, if there's any energy around it, I can be hurt. And then you do we call it the light handshake. Put that thought, I can be hurt, right into the light of divine being, and notice what happens to it. Does it last in the light of divine being? That one sentence, what happens to it in the light of divine being? We just put it in there. Does the light know what that sentence is? Does it? So we can take the belief and take another belief. The belief is, I can be in danger. You can ask Jesus, do I believe that I can be in danger? And just, if it is, just, okay, get it. We can all say yes or no, however it's appearing, if it's been cleared from consciousness, but we just want to be in honesty of God about it, right? Jesus, don't let me hide anything in there. And let him show you. And if it's there, just go, yeah, right, yes, okay, because it's yay, we saw it, because we're innocent, right? And we're just going to see these things. And for different beings, different ones of these might appear, because we've been in forgiveness for a long time, right? And so some of them are cleared, some not cleared yet. And that's why I was really surprised when I was doing that book and I was going down with Jesus. And I've said this before, and I'm finding all these things, long-time course students, and finding all these desires below my level of awareness still. And he's going, look, right, look. And it's like, yep. But if I didn't know it, my whole life's being filtered through that. So we'll take the thought, I can be, I can be in danger, that belief right there. And say, okay, Jesus, do I believe that? I can be in danger. He says yes. Even if you're not sure, you can still just take it. Take the thought, I can be in danger, and just put it right in the feeling that comes with it. Sometimes we get a little tension that comes with that. That's the thought and the investment in it. That's the energy of it. When we tighten up and just put that thought and that energy right in the light of divine being, and see what happens to it. That feeling about being in danger. What happens to it in the light of divine being? That's all a correction is. That's all the correction is. It's that fast. It's like the light, whoop, gone. But we have to be willing to have the light, the symbol, superconsciousness, Jesus, show us these things and be willing to look directly at them. Otherwise, our entire life has all this, is filtered by this, and we're just pulling in all these reflections to try to prove to ourselves that danger exists. And we don't see how tense we are driving down the street, you know, holding on to the steering wheel, because the subconscious belief in danger and an attack, because we desire the experience of attack. And so, you know, oh my gosh, I have a flat tire. You see how many things, you know, what's going to happen to me now? All the, you know, that underlie that desire for experience of danger. That just doesn't feel very happy at all. You start seeing, holy smokes. Oh, no, there's no supreme happiness at any time whatsoever. We can watch our minds as much as we want, but as long as that desire is below there, we're going to feel like we're in a torture chamber, because we're desiring the experience of a torture chamber. So it's very inspiring to look with Jesus every day and go, I'm going to, and in the diligence, like, nothing's more valuable than seeing through the delusion. And that recognition that the light's the only way, and the light of divine being is that needed for us to see through delusion. And when he can hear the answer. So Jesus, is there anything? And I just, for here, I just go until he says, you know, you're done. You know, it's clear for now, you know, at least in this moment. It might have to come back around, but he'll remind me. Say, okay, let's look at this. What do I need to look at? Okay. Anything else around danger, Jesus, that we need to, that's helpful? Just see in divine light that infinite love is so much more valuable. In the light of divine being and honesty of God is infinite love so much more valuable than the play of danger and consciousness. Do we really want to be driving our car down the street and wondering when the next flat tire, the next attack, and miscreate those experiences? I know I don't. Or is really to see that we're infinite light, untouched by time or space, is infinite light, untouched by time or space. Can we see danger anywhere? It's good to keep looking in there to see, especially when danger seems to be coming up, right? We feel that tension. That guy comes over, he's collecting money, you know, when you pull along the street and there's this guy right outside your window. I could see that habit, boy, put my hand over so quick and lock the door. Now, it might be practical. The Spirit might tell you to do that. Not saying the Spirit wouldn't say that. What I am saying is I'm really noticing, I always go up to ask Jesus about that. So I'm not playing the danger game anymore. I'm not playing the weakness game anymore. I'm not saying, you know, Jesus, do I give him money? I remember one time he did. He said, I want you to go back and give him, I don't know, I had $20 or $30. He said, I want you to go back around. And so I had to go all the way around and come back around, give that guy 20, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks, whatever I had on me. I said, Jesus said, I can't believe this stuff that comes out of my mouth. Sometimes Jesus told me that this is for your kids. It was the most holiest, precious encounter you can ever imagine. But see, without clearing those thoughts about, you know, beliefs, I would have missed. It was a spectacular encounter. But without that and knowing when to do that. Because the other thing too, sometimes we're walking down the street and we just give away money out of, it's not coming out of the divine, it's coming out of our belief in another being weak too. So the spirit is, this is a good conversation, this whole thing about danger. It's very helpful for me. Thank you. Because, you know, even here, you know, moving to Mexico and all the ideas, of course, about the cartel here. It's ridiculous. These are so, you start to see this is in the mind. And Jesus is practical. You know, do we set the alarm? We set the alarm, but for the first 3 months we didn't have, we didn't have it working. So we didn't. But we're not doing it because we're afraid. This, I'm like happiness just talking about this actually. We're doing it because it's helpful for the whole somehow. And believe me, when it goes off at night, you can really check in and see where your beliefs are. When that alarm was raining really hard and it went off at about 5 in the morning, that is excellent mind training right there. See, that's how it's for the whole. It's not to keep people, you know, protect us. It's really, see, I could see it. I knew as soon as I heard Jesus say that, I knew it wasn't for, you know, the protection. The only protection is the Holy Spirit. Infinite light, that it's all within ourselves. Nothing can attack us. You know, living like Jesus, that beautiful example. He could walk to that cross because he knew it wasn't real. There's no danger. He didn't believe in attack. So, I mean, that's the glory of it, to say, okay, we're turning on the alarm, but not because we're afraid, because Jesus told us to do it. Because it serves some other thing. I don't know why it serves. But I could see, you know, with so much travel, like he was sending me out a lot on all these trips all over. And I could see now, because he was pointing, showing me in my mind all the places where I thought there would be danger related to traveling alone. You know, every time I couldn't find my passport, I would like this, you know. I'm going to get left in a strange country. It was, and then I just see so many miracles. I'd be walking in an airport, like the number of airport miracles. I had in Portugal, the customs was teaching me how to speak Portuguese. I mean, so many miracles, like left and right. I'd get hugged in airports. I'd get tours of the Denver airport. Let me show you. I had a 10-hour layover. Let me show you where all the, because I asked Jesus, do I go through Denver? And he says, yes, go through Denver. 10-hour layover. Yeah, I would have avoided that like the plague, believe me. He said, okay, holy encounter. Land in Denver. You got to, it's all torn up, no place to eat. This guy comes up, tries to help me get my ticket. I think I've told this one before. Starts touring me, takes me. He was a ticket agent for whatever, if I forget what airline, whatever it was. He happened to walk by. He picks me up. He goes, no, let me show you. Takes me down the airport, gives me a tour. Here's a nice leather lounge where you can sit. You can sit for, you know, and just work. And here's a restaurant right here, because all the ones on the other side of the airport are closed. It's just, this is the life of divine being, because we're life itself. See, because we've stepped out of danger. See, the idea of danger. So then grace is allowed, and the reflections are allowed to rise in consciousness that are lifting us up, rather than feeling like we're in duck and cover mode all the time. Infinite, unchanging peace is the light. Infinite, changing, unchanging peace. And are we worthy? Feel the happiness. Does the light tell us we're not worthy for diligence? And to really, really go as deep as we can with the light, looking at ideas about danger, all the old conditioning about what our mother or our dad might have told us or whatever, however we played in consciousness, just knowing that that's not from what our mothers and fathers told us, or, you know, people talk about, well, that's what they told us in school. No, that's what we desired to experience when we went to school. Do you see? The desire for experience came with the desire to be in play in consciousness. And then the evidence appeared of danger. The evidence started appearing because of our desire for that experience. So there it is right there in school. Okay. Like when I forgot about this. I tell how old I am. I was in the 60s, in the early 60s, we used to hide under the desks because they teach us to do the drills because, you know, the bombs might get dropped back. All desired experience, all desire for an unsafe world. So this desire for danger, that's a good thing to spend some time with Jesus with. I'm so glad we did too, to see if there's anything left to around here in consciousness around danger. Every day, this feels like a really deep dive into each course lesson to see, okay, show me denial all the way down so that lesson, like there's no to it anymore. You know, we've just cleared that deck. Every day we clear the deck on that lesson. It's like 100% danger gone. That's what he's offering. Never to experience danger. What would our lives be like? We're life itself. Never to experience danger again. I could live with that very happily. I plan to. Not a thought of danger, ever. That's what Jesus, I love that. That was Jesus walked. That's what he told me when I was watching that movie. It's like, I walked this earth. I think he didn't see a danger. He couldn't experience danger. Now that's what he's promising all of us. No danger. That's supreme happiness. I'm in. Thank you for taking the ride as far as it'll go. The Supreme Happiness Club. We'll meet again tomorrow. Anybody wants to come for the ride. Love you from San Juan.